Boys, I gotta be honest with you on this one. I completely forgot about regiments, and with all the talk of Broken Arrow and Warno coming soon from Eugen Systems and that new game from Slytherin, we've seen announcement trailers for Warno, and we've seen wonderful gameplay footage from Broken Arrow. But what we've already seen on the channel before is gameplay from Regiments. Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. It is 1989, Cold War gone hot. We are in Western/East Germany, and we're fighting against a Soviet invasion, but we'll be playing as the Soviets today as we try to capture a NATO airfield during some point of the invasion where the NATO forces are starting to regroup, and we need to stop them from doing that. Well, yeah, we've seen Broken Arrow gameplay. We've seen Warno. I completely forgot about this one in this kind of war game-like game. If you like World and Conflict, if you like Warno, if you like Steel Division, if you like any of those games, this one is definitely one for you. Check it out. There's Belgium, West Germany, the United States, and also Warsaw Pact units here too, and also some other icons and stuff for different things that we can use in the game. Holy crap, that's confusing. Well, anyway, welcome to Regiments. You can download this game right now for free, by the way, as they're going through a little bit of a playtest of their operations, aka like a scenario mode. There's also going to be skirmishes too against the AI, and on their Steam store page, it doesn't have any mention of single player, or rather multiplayer, yet only single player being mentioned, but it will be taking place in 1989, Cold War gone hot in Europe, and of course there's plenty of tactics and things to deploy from off-map too. This game does a good job of kind of taking into account that there's off-map options, like for example ballistic weaponry, and then of course on-map support, like for example an aircraft coming in. Right, so our objectives are to breach the 2nd Panzer Division's tactical defenses, capture the Air Force base, and then hold it against enemy counterattacks. So likely we're to see German forces first, and then the Americans possibly mixed in there and or a part of the reinforcements that'll counterattack the airfield. To battle. So we get to actually see what we're going to do here. We're going to push forward through 3 objective zones. So the map will start out small and expand as we capture our objectives. And then these are all the units that we'll start with. There's also friendly units in support. We've got looks like a tactical ballistic missile that we can utilize against enemy tanks or aircraft or defenders. And we can even bring in even more tanks. So we're going to need tanks, 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 baby. Let's see what we got here. We got operations for recon force, mechanized forces. I'm going to go ahead and take that armored force right there. Looks like the Germans also get T-72s as well. So I want all the tanks, baby. So can we click multiple? Looks like one at a time. So these will be kind of units that we start with by default, and then we also get to choose a few units that we get to bring in ourselves. Well, we're against the Germans. You know tanks are going to be a thing. We also have some special things that we can call in, like engineer support, tactical support, that type of thing. And there's also events that we'll take a look at. Pause at any time to read all the information going on the screen. We're going to skip through a lot of the kind of the story because it's, you know what it is, you know, East versus West, must crush capitalism, you know, that kind of thing. Right, we got BMPs. Let's go with one of those. They have ATGMs, so that'll be useful. And let's go to our events page. Now, during the course of battle, events can occur that we can basically look out for. So, for example, we get divisional artillery, nothing, and then a repair depot will get damaged at some point throughout the battle. And I don't know if you can, like, mix these up or whatnot, but the operations go in phases, like how it does in Steel Division. So as time goes on, we'll receive different types of things. So this will change the missions every time that you play. In other words, this could say, like, Allied support or enemy airstrike or something like that. So it kind of mentions that the, you know, the enemy's tactics or your tactics may change based on those playing around you, as in, like, you know, command, sending you additional reinforcements or taking them away. Who knows? All right, to battle. Let's begin. Regiments. Let's go. All right, so here we are in the field of battle. Definitely looking like war game, isn't it? But playing out a little differently. We've got ourselves some areas to deploy, and then we need to advance to capture these warehouses here and other strategic positions on the map, including the 2 hills there, Hill 99, the valley, and continue to push forward to our next objectives. So the more and more we attack, the more and more, of course, points that we'll get from each of these capture zones, but the Germans are going to be dug in deep, so we're going to need to worry about that. So let's go ahead and call out some tanks to start with, and we'll probably push hard in this, probably push hard with tanks on the right side and left side too a little bit. We'll try to bring some of our better tanks on the right side. Let's bring T-64B1s. So we'll get those deployed. They'll light up on the screen there once they're deployed. Excellent. And let's bring T-72s on the left side and T-55s as well. We go for mostly tanks here. We don't have any aircraft support, unfortunately. We could also see enemy artillery or aircraft, so we'll have to see. But we do need to capture these objectives in time. Let's go ahead and also maybe bring with some more tanks. Yeah, let's bring some More tanks there. We're down to 400 points. I want some more tanks on the right side. And that's going to be our armored spearhead through this area. We can also bring out some artillery. So let's bring, I could see artillery. And maybe some supply trucks for them. We also have some mortars, but that's better for infantry, anti-infantry. Let's go and grab those too. And we're down to about 100 points, so we can keep some more. Now, if we take losses, our units can return here to this initial starting point, and we can replenish them. So if we advance and do really badly, because we don't have air support or anything like that, well, then we can definitely replenish. We also have some artillery support that'll come from off-map, so let the battle begin. Alright, so we're going to move in order. Everything here is pretty easy to see as these lines are connected, showing where the nearest next objective is. Looks like supplies have arrived. We're going to get all of our units pushing forward. Get our artillery on a command unit 1. And we're going to push forward with tanks. Now, we don't have any real recon. We do have a off-map artillery that we can get with tactical support, so we'll earn that over time. We're also earning victory points, too, and supplies and things, or deployment points as we advance. Friendly forces pushing forward. Whoa, look at the fire and stuff off in the distance. That's awesome, man. And some badass music, too. Oh, artillery coming in. All right, let's get our units lined up here. Oh. I don't know if trees are actually a thing here. It looks like we can actually take cover, yep. So we'll utilize these for cover. We'll wait till that artillery's over. On the left side, looks like we've engaged some M113s with Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, they're dug in. Check that out. Let's go. Oh, aircraft. Friendly aircraft coming in. Wow. Dropping some bombs, baby. Looks like there's a lot of units there. Uh-oh. Leo 1A4s. Okay, we've got some enemy tanks there spotted. Akatsuya hammering that Panzergren position. Now, I think every time we play this, the enemy's layout will be different in terms of what units they choose, and also, ooh, ATGM's coming in, and also where they deploy. So that makes for a lot more replayability. Friendly tanks are firing. Enemy units are panicked as hell. Let's get that artillery continuously firing on those Panzergrens. Tanks should be able to clear those out soon. Yeah, so what are your thoughts so far? I definitely think that it looks a lot like Wargame, even more than when I played it last time, but I guess that's because I've been looking a little bit more at Warno and whatnot. And I, for one, welcome more contenders into this Wargame-like genre, this world in conflict genre, and I want to see more and more games like this, too, because obviously that means Steel Division needs to be better. Then, you know, Steel Division 2 had to be better than 1, which now if they make a third one, we'll have to see how that goes. I also want to see Warno be fantastic. I want custom mission-making options from this game and any of the other ones we play. We got to expect high standards now. Because, man, otherwise these games are going to be the same over and over again. And that's fine and all, because they're kind of locked into a time frame of, you know, maybe 85 to 89 or a fictional 1995 or whatever they want to do. But we need more. Alright, so we can capture this zone here for 75 points. Hey, we're not doing too bad. Enemy resistance is light so far. Ooh, and another unit got destroyed there. Look at these buildings. Wow, there's like forklifts out front, walls, trucks, and vehicles. I did not see any of this in Broken Arrow, so I do want to see a lot more detail in the cities in Broken Arrow. But of course, that's judging off alpha footage, and that's not fair. We gotta keep our eyes on things. All right, push forward with the tanks. Oop, ATGM's incoming, so there's multiple units there. All right, artillery coming in. T-55's in a good position. We gotta fight, boys. That's a lot of tanks. Ooh, and they're taking some damage. They're retreating. Leopard 1's there, Martyr A2s. Enemy counter artillery. Close range attacks now. Very good. Now, when we deploy infantry, too, in this game, we can basically have the BMPs or the BTRs or whatever may be transporting the troops. When we bring those units forward, they'll actually advance with the vehicles, so that's pretty cool. All right, looks like the enemy is getting ready to retreat here. We got some Panzer Grenadier positions. Let's hunt down those tanks. Another position here at Varia East.
Zone captured.
Excellent. Now we'll come up behind Hill 99. Well, let's see what happens when the timer runs out here.
Objective completed.
Oh, we actually completed? Platoon Delta 3, Flak Panzer Gepard is annihilated. Oh, these are time of events. Really? Did we? Friendly BTRs were destroyed. We weren't in command of any of those. We destroyed an enemy Roland, which was great. That's a missile-based anti-aircraft weapon. Phase 1, 8 minutes. Losses. Well, the opposing force, yeah, took more losses than we did. Oh, wow, that actually has dead, wounded, and missing. Wow. And vehicles lost as well. We lost a few more, but our AI was kind of incompetent. So, all right, what happens now? Phase 1 concluded. Operation state saved. Next phase. What will occur now? So now we move on to the Air Force Base itself. Interesting. Now, the question is, does the veterancy and everything else from before, does that actually come into account for our next operation? I wonder. Those tanks and such are pretty valuable. Reinforced 3 units will cost us. We've taken some losses here on those T-72s, unfortunately. Not a big deal. We have victory points to spend. Or whatever you call them, deployment points. So let's go to the events now. Artillery. So does this re-roll it again? We're now at this line here. Okay, so now we have to defend what we've captured against the enemy, right? Oh, our units are in the same positions. Interesting. And we have some more units at our disposal. Our deployment points haven't moved forward at all. Interesting. Secure an exit zone. Okay, so now I'm understanding each one of those phases is an opportunity to get to the exit zone, in which we have to go through 3 zones. So every time that we play, it's an attempt to break through. Which is interesting because we don't necessarily have to break through on the first try then. We can be really slow and methodical and chip away at enemy defenses and then capture zones. So it's really about capturing and then redeploying. That is cool. That is very cool. Alright, let's deploy all these units here on the right flank. I want to try to... Ooh, T-80Us are here now too? Oh, damn. Ah, so in later operations, or in later phases, that's how it works, like how it does in Steel Division. It's not within one battle, but multiple battles. That I kind of like. It allows you to reassess and change things a little bit. That's kind of cool. Battles necessarily aren't always fought within the course of one day or whatnot, so... Alright, well, that's good enough for me. Let's go. Although, I wish we could deploy some of our units closer to the front line, but I guess some of them are just arriving, so that makes sense. So these are the ones that we've already have here after destroying those Panzer Grenadiers, although I don't know where that T-64 went that was sneaking up the rear. Do we have our Sea artillery? Yes, we do. Okay, let's go ahead and push forward. I wanted to give operations beforehand, but I guess it doesn't really matter. They still need to travel. We'll go to Hill 71 and then try to capture the farm on the right flank. Artillery. So, wow, one thing we learned, Panzer Grenadiers dug in are just almost unstoppable. That's crazy. Units are already suppressed from incoming enemy artillery. We're close to securing an exit, though. And the enemy captured a zone there. Love the music in this game, dude. This is really a cool, chill game where it just doesn't come down to one vehicle kill like it could in War Game with the loss of a T-72 or maybe like a T-80U or something. So the enemy's recapturing that area. So we can clear out their forces here and then push back into those areas we just lost. That's not too large of a problem. So we have two ways to exit. We can go through the valley to the next area. But then again, the more objectives we capture and the more enemy units we destroy, we can also get points for the overall campaign too. So it's like, what do you want to do? Conserve your forces, get to the objective quickly and defend? Or do you want to destroy the enemy and get tons of tactical deployment points too? It all depends on your phases, I guess. Amazing. I like how this is done. I really want this to be different game modes in Warno and in Broken Arrow. There's going to be a mission editor in Broken Arrow, and I really hope the same for Warno too, where we get the ability to make our own stuff. Because, man, the capability of the community and the passion of making missions and scenarios and all that. Oh, nice. Woo! Alright, 2 big O enemy tanks destroyed there. That's great. Let's get that unit back. Is there a fast move option? Reverse, fast move, F. Okay. I don't know if they'll take the roads or whatnot. Alright, we got enemy tanks there. Leopard 2A4, dear God, no. That's a scary tank, man. Alright, let's hit that tank. T-80Us, please hit that tank. Looks like 2 Duggan T-80Us again on the left flank. We're pushing through. We're going to the next stage. Alright, we have some deployment points here. I think I want to save them to replenish our tanks. Wow, enemy tanks destroyed? No way. Enemy tanks may be retreating with the smoke there. Okay, artillery's getting ready to fire. Let's see, how much for these? 100. Alright, let's call these up. Get that enemy artillery out of the way. We won't have to worry about counter artillery. One more to go. There we go. We have a breakthrough, gentlemen. Alright, get the units closer. Alright, to next stage. Let's go, baby. Let's break through. Alright, artillery should be okay to stay there. Whoa! Alright, good thing we stopped short. Alright, let's fall back to get supply. Alright, the final advance begins. Man, and this is just one part of 3, so, you know, we've got to go through 2 more areas and then eventually capture that airfield. This is nice, man. I really am happy with the battle being played out over a small area rather than like War Games regions or sections, where, you know, obviously like you would engage in combat all across, for example, North Korea, but this kind of makes it feel a lot larger by it not being like one massive operation, but each little phase is just in a smaller section. There's something unique about that. I like that take. Alright, tanks have arrived back, thank goodness. We'll get this tank replenished here. And what do we have at our disposal? BTRs guarding the rear, okay. Hopefully we get this unit replenished soon. Durability is increasing, so they're getting repaired as well. Alright, we're going to switch out with the T-80s, and then we'll punch through for the final attack. Hopefully we get our additional tanks back. We better. Not at the moment. That's right. We'll push up here and defend. There we go. Okay. Hopefully there's no more roadblocks here. Get those units to stop. T-72s have arrived. Alright, so we've got about 5 T-64s, 3 T-72s, and some T-80s used ready to go. Boys, this is it. Damn, this music's good, man. Regiments cannot be ignored, man. I mean, I'm sure some of you are more excited for Warno, for its ability to have more nations and multiplayer. I'm sure a lot of you are excited for Broken Arrow, too, but man, this is a nice little, you know, wake up on a Saturday morning and just chip away at the enemy defenses and break through and then play the mission again and again. It's got my stamp of approval, dude. I like it. Wow, only 21 supply left. Well, we got to break through then. This is it, boys. All right, let's get the artillery up here. Wow, they can climb that hill? Nice. That looked way steeper than that. Nothing, really. The enemy's got to have something here. Wow. Have we completely brushed NATO forces aside? They had some pretty damn good tanks. Those Leopard 2s are beefy. Okay, we might need to have all of this connected. So if that's the case, then we have a connection. So we got to connect the dots for supply chains and for other regiments to push through. Okay. So we do need to capture the Grove. Let's make sure we don't get counterattacked anywhere. Cool. Supply is out. I think our trucks can go back to get more supply, perhaps. We'll go back there. Interesting. So when players advance in regiments, if we get multiplayer, then that means that you're going to have to kind of move along these paths and have everything connected. You can definitely flank and capture an objective beforehand, but you're going to have to connect them all. That really changes how things might play out. Okay, I think we got it. I'm going to go ahead and double the speed here. So we need to decap, then cap. I'm assuming the more units in that position, the faster we cap. There's also command units in the game, and I don't know if that raises nearby units' veterancy or experience gain, or if it allows us to capture faster. It's taking a while, though, to capture. No enemy counterattack. They're all holding in position.
Zone captured.
Excellent. Now we're capturing the next stage. Let's make sure there's no counterattack. Oh, there is.
5 minutes remaining.
Wow, enemy aircraft incoming. Wow, that is a massive counterattack. Worst case scenario, we take the valley. Artillery's going to be hit. Well, they were off with their bombs.
Zone lost.
All right, we'll punish them for capturing that, and we'll capture the valley instead. All right, let's see how this plays out. We still have Hill 71. It's almost like chess, too, when you go to capture these positions. It's not necessarily about the miniature battles between units, but also how things are going to be connected and how you're going to get supplies and troops through. Oh, we got 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Pound the enemy there for their counterattack. Ooh, veterancy up. Not sure if we're getting veterancy from destroying units. Yes, we are. We are landing hits here. Enemy unit destroyed. Good job, boys.
Zone captured.
And now we're losing a zone. Oh, come on.
Zone lost.
Wait, what? I have no more control over the... What? Wait, what? Did I hit a button to retreat those units? What happened?
1 minute remaining.
I'm not sure why those units with higher veterancy just retreated. That's weird, but... Anyway, we're in the right zone. The enemy's just being a pain now. We should have it, actually. 1, 2... Yeah, everything should be connected now. Oh, not the grove. Annoying. Well, there you go. There is regiments, everybody. You know, I'm delighted by what I saw here today in the operations playtest. The skirmishes would play out rather quickly but confusingly, and there'd be massive losses on both sides as the AI would just basically know where all your stuff was and bombard the hell out of you, but was also incompetent with its ground units. It would just basically clash into your tanks and take great losses. But I see improvements to this game, and the operations are a hell of a lot of fun too, and I'm hoping to see some of these other units eventually in the game as well. All these other divisions and regiments and such working together to then bring victory or devastation to the enemy. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm excited for this one. I definitely want to do a playthrough of all these scenarios and regiments. I also want to do the Warno game when that comes out, and also Broken Arrow. We got a great year this year for strategy games. 3 upcoming 2022 games that will enter either early access, as in Warno's case, or be fully released sometime later this year. It's going to be delightful. Hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Download this game yourself. It is free right now, the free playtest. Just click the request button on the store page for Steam. Look for regiments. Give it a try. Break through enemy lines. It's a good time. All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. You are fantastic. Have a wonderful afternoon, good evening, and good night. And I'll be back for more regiments soon. Goodbye, everybody.